How do fellas? Nice back here again, and this video is just going to be a quick update because I've not done one for such a long time. So I've been that busy with work. I've been up and down the country, so I've not been really doing much modelling apart from the last week or so. So I've been down to London, down to Chippenham, across to Manchester. Yeah, so I've been travelling a bit, to say the least. So what have we got on the go at the moment? So we'll start with the Tamiya F14. So as you can see now, the F14 has got a bit of paint on it, okay, and on the tails and all that sort of stuff. So that's moving along. I've got some masking to do for the nose. I've got the masking to do for the shark mouth that's going to be on there, and all that sort of stuff. So that's starting to move on now. I'm hoping to get onto a bit more of that later tonight. I'll be doing some masking with that one. Next up we have the Edard 109 G10 Erla, and as you can see, the fuselage is starting to come together. The wings, so the cockpit's all in there and painted. I've just got a few bits to fill and what have you, and then yeah, it's moving on slowly. Well, I won't say slowly because it's doing okay. All right, so that's on the go in that sort of state. Next up we have the Hobby 2000, which is a Hasegawa P40, and I have just put a coat of zinc chromite paint on it, so XF4, okay, all in there. So that's going to be, I'm actually going to paint that in the Flying Tigers markings, with the shark mouth and obviously the Chinese sun, okay, on the blue background. My wife is going to do me some mask sets for that, but that's not a video build. That's just for me to crack on when I don't want to be doing filming everything. Next up is this big beast. So this is my Oncon B17 148, and as you can see, it's a massive beast. Now the problem what I was having with this is every time I glued something and then I went to sand it or whatever, it's popping open again. So I've had to really clamp it solid to be able to get all these seams tight together. So once I've done them, I've had to then go and sand, and then another bit of split, and then that bit of split. So hopefully now I've rectified all that, and as you can see, I've put bits of filler in places, and around the top, this whole section just slots in, and that for me wasn't a great fit. Now that could have been me. I don't think it was the kit, or it could have been just a bit of both. So that's there, and up in there I've got all the engine, not the engine, the nacelle parts and the undercarriage base all primed and ready for a top coat, to then start getting those ready so I can put them into the wings, so I can start looking at getting this together as a whole. So I need to sort out the top turret, the nose turret, sorry, not the nose turret, the belly turret and the nose turret. They're all more or less ready to go. I think I masked up all the glass parts, so I got a mask set for that to be able to do that. So hopefully, again, this is a long-term project. Hopefully maybe soon I can start getting a bit more work on this instead of just trying to fight in battles with brakes. So I think the next job with this is get all the clear parts in, and then look at checking these seams. Now I'll check these seams with a Sharpie. Okay, so I'll put on a Sharpie and I'll check them, and then once I've finished, I can get rid of that Sharpie with some IPA. Okay, so I just use some IPA, and then that gets rid of all the Sharpie marks, so it doesn't leach through. And then I'll look at, once I know I'm happy with that, I can then look at rescribing. Once I've rescribed, I can look at re-riveting, and then I will check that again with enough Sharpie around the edges, make sure it's all nice, before I then look at cleaning out all the filler and all that sort of stuff in the plate, in the bits and pieces. And then we can potentially look at replacing some of these raised parts that because of where I've sanded, the needs to, I've sanded too much. And I think I've had a bit of trouble because I wanted a closed Bombay, even though I did all the bombs in there and what have you. I wanted a closed Bombay just to get the nice smooth look of the actual aircraft. If I ever build one of these again, I might build it with open, but because it's going to be on a television, you're not really going to see it. But that's going in preparation, because maybe, hopefully, later on this year, I want to get the 148th Lancaster one and have that in the stash, so I can build that once this is done. So that's a long-term project. I've got the one that was going to start on. I've got the Eagle Call there. It's there in case I want to titivate with it. And the Harrier has just been put on hold for now because I was having a little bit problems with the fit issues. It's not something I need to worry about too much. I think I can deal with it. It's just that I haven't got the time to actually sit there and play about with it when I'm only here, at the bench for a couple of hours a week. So I didn't really want to fight with it. I would probably go back to it at Sunday because I've got all the aftermarket Edard aftermarket bits for it. So I'll be going back to it. It's just when I have that inkling. So it's underneath the desk just at the moment. Just sat there all ready for me just to pull out, tinker with, and maybe put back under. So it's not gone away. It's just going to be, it's getting shoved back to the back of the list so I can have a slow go at it, and we'll go from there. Anything else? I don't think there's anything else as of yet. No, I can't think of anything. We've been going to a lot of shows recently. Well, I'll say a lot of shows. We've been to Bolton, and we went to the South Cheshire show. So obviously Bolton is just north west of Manchester, and Crewe's south west of Manchester, or thereabouts. So they're both about a 2-hour drive from where I live. End of the month, so the 1st and 2nd of April, we're going an hour and a half up north to Darlington for the Southern Lodge show on the 1st, and then we'll be coming back home to Doncaster, and then from Doncaster I'll be travelling down south about an hour and 15 to an hour and a half to the East Midlands model show. So 2 shows over the one weekend. So if you're there at either of them, please come and say hello. We'll have loads of different kits for sale and mask sets and whatever. So yeah, it's going to be there. Well, we're going to be there, myself and Lisa. And we've got loads of great kits all on the website. So please go and check us out. They're crafting well, and hopefully you'll see something you like. Anyway, that's it for now. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye.